Watch along, because on this video we're going to be showing the Chase Base servo delete kit. That is what it is. We've got no lines on there at the moment, but we're going to be showing how it goes from this is completely standard, this is what it would all look like, and then how it becomes and looks like this. Follow along, watch the video. Got servo delete, so that whole servo's going, master cylinder's going, brakes. So I'm going to be getting rid of the ABS pump. I'm going to be getting rid of the servo. We've got some new bits. Here we go. We have some parts. Everything is all brand new in the box, looking amazing. Thank you very much to Chase Base. It's not very easy or 100, but we have Chase Base. Bias valve, master cylinder, ready to go. I believe this is a bracket to change the pivot rate on the pedal, because obviously without no servo the pedal's going to be rock solid, so it changes the pivot point on the pedal very slightly so it doesn't make it feel ridiculous to push. And then we must have the clutch master again, Chase Base, very nice forward system. It's going to be perfect once it's all done, but it's going to take some time. So just at the moment, oil catch can, take both of these off. Pull these out. Can we get that out of there? Can we get that out? Lovely. Pull that one out. There we go. Oil catch can. Take that out. So basically, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to undo everything. That's completely going to come out. Probably I've got to redo all the lines anyway. So I'm just going to cut. I think I'm just going to cut these two lines. One's front left, one's front right. They're all just going to be completely redone, and that's going to get me a bit of space. This might sound completely stupid to some people, but I've always been taught it, and it's really helped. So I've just taken this out, which is a little reservoir part for the clutch master. As soon as you take stuff like that off, it's really up difficult. Just put the bolts back on. Put the bolts back onto the ends. Put the bolts. Nuts. Put the nuts back onto the ends. That way they don't get lost. They just stay there. Perfect. Little tip just for some people. Some people might find it handy. That is part of it. Part of it out. From the master to the pump is now out. And there is no going back now. They're cut. Cut them off. Get them out. So on these ones, probably not. I'm not actually going to cut these ones. I'm going to try to save them for now. Do I really need to? Because they only go through there, and then they go down. Let's go to another little block there. I could just remake them, but I'm not sure. So for now, I'm going to leave them. I'm just going to disconnect. I'm going to pull the pump out, disconnect the wire, and just get it out of the way for now and see what it looks like. I need to take that off as well because I've left all the fluid in it stupidly, and it's dripping everywhere. So quickly to do that. I don't really have to do it this way, but I am. So I've just taken off from the master to the servo, just because I think getting the whole thing out eventually might make it a little bit easier. Hopefully this just pulls out. I'm not actually sure on this. It could be on a clip. No, there we go. Lovely. Another one. Part of it. This is going to look so much cleaner and tidier when all this is out and nice. The other thing the ABS pump out, it seems to be easier enough. Looking down on it, there's a couple of brackets that go through. So, in the wheel nut, you can see one there, one there. Hopefully, hopefully I think that is it. I'm getting really, it's not going back in. Because that one's just snapped. Really, if you had to do any maintenance on one of these, you would not do it like I'm doing it. It's not going back on for me, so I'm just putting spanners or sockets on it straight away. They are just snapping, so you really should work it nicely and get them cleaned off before just trying to pull them straight out. But now loose, I think. Is it loose? Will it come out? Is there another bolt somewhere? I think there might be another bolt. That does not want to come out. There must be another bolt. There's another bolt. So, you have one bolt just under there somewhere. One bolt just there. There's one right down here. So you have one just there. One just there. There's another one tucked just in behind this lip. Just here. See that one? My middle finger just there. But now I've got it on full steering lock. Let me show you a bit better. One bolt, two bolts, and then there's the third, which snapped again. But coming out now. I'm going to undo the plugs and then I'll take it out. This is going to give me so much more space, just for simple little things. I've got my fuel threshold regulator hiding down at the back of the engine. Turbo smart one. It's a real nice bit of equipment. But that's all hiding down there and it's so difficult to get to. So now, once all this is out, I'm just going to relocate certain things. And I'm also going to do another video at some point. Secondary firewall. That is all going on this car, completely gone, all the way across. Moving on to the inside. Here's 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take those off. There seems to be a little pin just on there. Take that off, disconnect it from the pedal, and hopefully the servo's out as well. This is actually doing quite an easy job. I expected it to be really difficult. Obviously, if you were doing it on something that had a bit more of interior than mine, it would definitely be a lot harder. But mine's gone through a lot of work already, so it's going quite easily. I think at the moment I've probably only spent about maybe an hour, if that. See how long it actually takes me. I'm not fully going to put it all back together just yet. Not tonight, anyway. I've been at work all day. I'll come back. Just getting little bits of time here and there. So that is a benefit of not being in the unit anymore. Is I'm just getting time to pop out onto the driveway, get stuff done here and there when I can. But it does make it quite long-winded. What really does become quite difficult, even though I'm everything stripped out and the parts are quite easy to get to, is I haven't painted this cage very well. Some of those surface bits. Let's put racing though. Quality built cage. Is I took the steering wheel off. I'm led upside down. I'm getting stuck. I've got to try and climb over these bars. I've got a head wraparound seat as well. So I'm led on the floor, upside down in there. What was really quite difficult to get out is just the pin. This very small little pin. So I don't know yet whether I need to keep that or whether it's going to be replaced within the kit. But that little pin just goes through that bracket. That's obviously good. Would push it through. I think that's going to be changed anyway. So let's see what happens. Get these 4 bolts undone. The servo's coming out. One of them is a little tricky. Top one. You can see it's got like a groove cut out. There is a groove cut out, but it's a bit tricky to get to. So let's have a look. Will it just come straight out? All the parts are out. Nice. A little bit of a clean up. And, I'll just keep that. I might keep it, I don't know. See how the next one fits. But I don't really need to keep it. It's just kind of like a dry gasket. See what happens. Pick this up then. I got a little bit concerned. I was thinking, oh, where's my lines going? So, the rear bias valve, left to rear. So that's going to be the outlet to the rear, 2 outlets to the front. Everything is so dirty. I need to just give it a little clean off, a little wipe. It's just dusty because the car's been sat there for now nearly 2 years. So is all these parts. Sat there waiting for my return. So now get it all done. Here we are. Let's get this bolted in and I'll show you when it gets to it. Whoa. Nearly started fitting that then without putting any of this in. So I'm going to unwrap this, see what parts are actually in here. Have a look. So I'm quick. I'm not actually sure. So obviously this goes now into there, but this can go one of 2 ways because it's going to change the pivot point. You see, one point is there, one point is here. It's going to change it, so now lower. So in my head, I'm thinking what actually makes sense is to change the pivot point. It needs to go that way once this is fitted, because the original point was there, but to then help assist, because it's now got servo, pushes the pivot point down to here. So as you put your foot on the brake, the pivot point has changed. So it should be down at the bottom. But let's figure it out, see which way makes a difference. So back to their website. But so let me just climb underneath, slide through my cage. Where am I looking? All going upside down. This bracket actually needs to go with the new pivot point higher than the original one. So this is the original hole. The new pivot point will be up here. So basically it makes, I was thinking about it in the opposite direction. Thinking about this one, the new one will be here, for that to actually make it stronger. What I will do is I'll get the specs from the website. I think it's something like a 16:1 ratio. Bolt this on. There you go. Gotta go that way. That fits. Up in, higher up, to that bolt on, and then when you push on, you can see. Push the brake pedal. That's going to be the difference. Hopefully I will edit all this a little bit better. Speed bits up. Let's get that bolted on. So what I definitely do have to do, which I didn't actually realise to start off with, I need to modify my bulkhead very slightly. You can see by keeping this, because that lines up obviously perfectly on there, that I've just got to cut. Just modify it very slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'll modify this bracket. Once I modify this bracket, I'll then trace it onto there, onto the bulkhead, and modify the bulkhead very slightly. But I don't think that's going to be done today, so that'll be it for tonight. So this isn't perfect, but wife and daughters come in handy. So just quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and mark up a little gap just in here. I'm probably going to have to take off more than what I actually want to, because it needs to be as big as that. So it's probably actually going to break through this, but I'd rather it done right. Let me just undo the lid. Okay. Let's see if I can try and do this. Kind of get the idea. Let me get it done and then I'll show you what I've done. There we go. That kind of makes sense. So get that cut. Once that's cut, I'll slot it down on properly, see if I need to do any adjustments, and then I can transfer this onto the bulkhead. Nice. It wasn't really how I wanted it to turn out, but that just this won't make any difference. So that cuts it out. It's worked out all right on this side. That side's gone a little bit too much, but at least I can get it marked out a little better on the car. And when it's on the car, onto the bulkhead, I'll do it with a die grinder. Make it nice. I'm just holding it on roughly in place. That is, that there is how that needs to be. So I just need to cut that out very slightly, and then it'll be perfect, ready to go. Try and make some markings. So I have made a marking, but that is what I need to modify. So I need to get a die grinder and just get that all trimmed out. Once that's trimmed out, I don't need to clean all this. This is bad. It's coming along. So obviously I couldn't do this on a permanent, but I've got to park the car back up. I don't have a die grinder to continue this for tonight. It's not here. So air leaks. There you go. Just push them back into there. And then as a quick temporary measure, this is a fancy wheel nut cap that then screws into the end of the wheel nut, but hopefully hold on. There you go. Just to start out, that will be a quick temporary measure. I'll put that in there for you. So I seem to be struggling a little bit just with getting a Dremel, just in the current time anyway. So what I'm actually going to do, just for now, is I'm going to drill loads of little holes just around there, clean it up, tidy it up, make it look nice. So I'm going to get this done, and then we'll move on to the next process. That has actually worked quite nicely. Small drill bit, loads of little holes. Not too bad shape to it. I can shape that up a little bit better, make that look a little bit cleaner. That'll be okay. There we go. Quite happy with that. Smooth, round. I did I went a tiny little bit too much just here, but there's no sharp edges, no nothing like that. So that's all good. There we go. That is now in as well. It's in. I've just got to put the bolts on. So that is now the next job. What I will do, once this is all done, I'll do a comparison side-by-side photo into what it looked like before to what it looks like when it's finished. So now, the joyful job of just getting up into that, putting the bolts on. Nice and easy. So this is quite awkward. As you can see, I'm laid on the floor, upside down in the car. But I want to just try and show everything possible, just so everyone can kind of see what it involves. It's not hard, but it is just pretty awkward. So let's just switch it around, and I'll show you what I'm trying to do. So what I'm actually doing is this little bracket pushes on, and you can adjust this section. It's a little threaded bar, so make sure it goes into there and just sits onto this bracket. So it just sits onto there, and then a little pen goes through there. Once you've got it adjusted right, you just lock off this little lock nut, and then the pedal, you've got no movement and stuff like that in the pedal. It can't come off, and the pedal feels quite nice. So now all I need to do, get that little pin in, and it's done. So there we go. That is now the Chase Base servo delete all done. It's in, it's fitted in, sorted. So that's everything I've done. I'm not going to do anything more to it. I can't take the clutch mass cylinder off, to make load the car onto a trailer or onto a recovery truck. So that's me done. I will do more videos. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and leave any comments if there's anything I haven't answered, anything anyone wants to know. If I can help you with it, I will. And then watch out for the next video.